Just saying it's a crazy time. You can't afford not to like black people. You don't like black people enough, you could become one yourself. I'm not the only black man with a bunch of mug shots.
Right.
It's them young ones that cut.
Yeah.
That'll do what you want.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody gonna tell me I've been defended. I pay my bill, I pay the cost to be the boss. You the boss by yourself.
Katt Williams is not holding back. He just went off on Shannon Sharpe after ESPN dropped him. And let's be real, he's bringing the receipts. Katt straight up mocked Shannon, saying it's hard to feel sorry for him now, especially after all that uncle wisdom he used to hand out. After all that tough talk and advice, Shannon still walked right into the oldest trap in the game.
ESPN confirming to NBC it's cutting ties with its NFL commentator Shannon Sharpe. The move coming after Sharpe, of course the Hall of Fame tight end, settled a lawsuit accusing him of sexual assault and battery.
In case you missed it, ESPN cut ties with Shannon right after he settled a $50 million lawsuit with Gabriella Zuniga, a young OnlyFans model who had him caught up badly. What's crazy is Katt actually warned him about this exact kind of setup face-to-face during his interview on Club Shay. He looked Shannon straight in the eye and told him, plain and simple, dealing with certain women, especially ones with hidden agendas, could land you in serious trouble. Katt even said, I think white women are as great as any other women. But the message was clear. Watch your step. And it wasn't just Katt sounding the alarm. Even Monique jumped in, dropping some blunt dating advice. You better take your old ass and get somebody to love you. She wasn't kidding.
just wished of all things, like I said, hey, they did what they felt they needed to do, and I'm at peace with that. But I just wish, guys, I just wish this thing could have waited until Monday.
But Shannon ignored all the warnings and played himself. Now he's out of a job. His name is tied to a scandal. and he had to hand over a huge payout to that model. Instead of making smart moves, he let his ego take the wheel, and it cost him everything. And guess what? ESPN didn't waste any time. They dropped him fast. Let's be real. What major network is going to hire a guy whose name is now connected to an ugly SA lawsuit? It's not just messy, it's career-ending.
White women are as great as any other women. But I'm not gonna act like I'm not scared of them. I have a reason to be scared. You could be Kang the Conqueror, and they could take your rabbit ass down in 2 weekends.
Sources close to the situation say Katt feels zero sympathy. According to one insider, Unc had it all and ruined it by being reckless. That's tough. And it turns out Katt didn't throw shade for nothing. He already knew Shannon was involved with that OnlyFans model long before the lawsuit even dropped. He saw the setup coming like a storm on the horizon. When he warned him, it might have sounded like he was talking about Jonathan Majors, but in reality...
I'm grateful I'm not 56 and trying.
Are you trying to say what you trying to say?
I'm looking right at you.
I
ain't backing down. You better take your old ass and get somebody to love you.
That warning was aimed directly at Shannon. This just proves once again that Katt Williams might be a comedian, but when he speaks, it's rarely a lie. He saw this coming as clear as day, but Shannon Sharpe didn't want to listen. What's even crazier is that Shannon actually thought dropping millions on a settlement with that OnlyFans model would save his job and sweep everything under the rug. He wrote that fat check hoping ESPN would turn a blind eye. But nope, they still showed him the door without hesitation. And just when you thought it couldn't get any more twisted, that same model quit OnlyFans just 24 hours after the deal was done. Gabriella took to Instagram with her announcement like it was some kind of fairy tale ending. Today, I have decided to retire from OnlyFans. Thank you for the incredible support you've shown me over the past few years. This community has given me a life I could never have imagined.
I didn't want to get with a white woman because I was scared she might have me running down the street like Jonathan Majors.
Come on, Katt.
Not because I didn't like white women. I think white women are as great as any other women. But I'm not gonna act like I'm not scared of them. I have a reason to be scared. You could be Kang the Conqueror, and they could take your rabbit ass down in 2 weekends. And that's the truth of the matter, so I stayed away from that.
You see Jonathan Major, what he went through, Marvel dropped him as soon as the conviction came out, and you were telling me.
Hey, you saw that black woman come get his charge cut in half? Thank you, Megan Good. God bless you, coming to save that slave. If he'd had to be there by himself, he was getting awful. Guilty. She came in there was just so beautiful, they had to knock half of it off. Bless his heart.
That warning was aimed directly at Shannon. This just proves once again that Katt Williams might be a comedian, but when he speaks, it's rarely a lie. He saw this coming as clear as day, but Shannon Sharpe didn't want to listen. What's even crazier is that Shannon actually thought dropping millions on a settlement with that OnlyFans model would save his job and sweep everything under the rug. He wrote that fat check hoping ESPN would turn a blind eye. But nope, they still showed him the door without hesitation. And just when you thought it couldn't get any more twisted, that same model quit OnlyFans just 24 hours after the deal was done. Gabriella took to Instagram with her announcement like it was some kind of fairy tale ending. Today, I have decided to retire from OnlyFans. Thank you for the incredible support you've shown me over the past few years. This community has given me a life I could never have imagined.
When we get started, obviously, I'm sure everybody's heard the news by now that I will not be returning to ESPN. I found out this information a little earlier in the week, and really the only thing that I really ask is like, guys, could we wait until Monday? My brother's going into the Pro Football Hall of Fame. I really wanted to be about him, and I wanted to be about my family. I know this coming out will overshadow everything that he's worked his entire life for. And unfortunately, it didn't happen that way. And so, as I told him, as I profusely apologized to him earlier today, he said, bro, stop apologizing. You don't have to apologize. I'm your big bro. I'm going to love you regardless. We all make mistakes. And he says, bro, I love you. So I'm done with this. You're done with it too. Move on. And I really enjoyed my time at ESPN. It gave me an opportunity to bring my audience that saw me really just grow. They saw me, Lakers in 5, and they saw me say all these analogies that my grandparents gave me, and I was able to bring that to ESPN. So I'm very, very grateful for that. But I just wish, of all things, like I said, hey, they did what they felt they needed to do, and I'm at peace with that. But I just wish, guys, this thing could have waited until Monday, because I hate the fact that I'm overshadowing my brothers, first two brothers in the Pro Football Hall of Fame, and this is what the headline's going to be for the next couple of days. So, bro, again, I know you told me that I don't have to apologize, but I'm going to do it one final time tonight, and I won't apologize again. I'm sorry that I upstaged in this manner. That was never my intent. You've been my hero. You've been my role model from as long as I can remember. And I apologize, and I thank all my fans for supporting me when I was at ESPN and every place that I've been Club Shay, Nightcap, Undisputed, ESPN. Thank you guys for your support.
I'll still be active on social media and have several new projects in the works that I can't wait to share. I'm truly excited for this next chapter. Girl didn't just quit, she leveled up. And all thanks to Shannon. He basically funded her retirement. She even said she secured enough for life. That's not just wild, that's legendary. She flipped a headline scandal into generational wealth, all off one man who thought he was playing it smooth at 50 years old. And here's where the heat really turns up. Folks aren't showing Shannon any mercy. Not because he got played, but because he played himself. This is the same guy who once said he wouldn't let his own daughter spend over $30,000 on her wedding. Yet leaked texts show he was dropping $25,000 per sheet just to mess with that model. The internet went crazy. One person on X said it needed to happen to expose how much of a hypocrite Shannon is, and that he lost the little respect he had from others. Another user dragged him, saying, Shannon Sharpe has done so many things wrong. But me learning about him being cheap on his daughter's wedding really made me... The backlash is real. People can't believe the same man who refused to spoil his own child was out here blowing millions on a woman he barely knew. People are side-eyeing Shannon Sharpe hard right now. And can you blame them? He dropped a crazy bag on a young woman.